Good morning. Hello. Welcome. Did I scare you?
Just don't film me. I'm gross right now.
I won't. I want to make a video today all about George and his walking and his journey to walking.
Yeah, I know.
As I was saying, I want to do a video about where he's at now, what we do, how we encourage it, how we did encourage walking, everything like that. So for those of you who are new here, George is our son. This is him right there. George is 18 months old and George has Down syndrome. And so walking was a lot of work for him and he's doing a really great job with it. And this video is far more for me, I think, and just kind of remembering what walking was like. I took a lot of pictures of him walking at the beginning, and I want to get some videos and kind of document it. And so this is a video all about George's journey with walking. So these are George's bilateral SMOs, right? Is that what they're called?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Bilateral SMOs. They're super teeny.
They're not. He's a big boy.
He is a very big boy. So he wears these basically all the time he's awake now, in theory.
Yeah.
And all these are meant to do is like protect the integrity of George's feet as he learns to walk. Because when George first started walking, you'll even be able to see it. He had no arch in his foot, and now he does. His feet were super, super flat. So the way that these go on is we put a sock on.
So the sock goes on to protect his little skin.
His little skin. Then we unvelcro. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Wow, I did
Give it
it.
to me also, and I'll do it.
Then the foot goes on the bottom. You stick the little
Put his SMO
on, and then we had to get shoes that would fit over his SMOs. We got two pairs. We got these. These are called Aikiki shoes, or Aikiki shoes. We don't know how to say it, but we got these. They are little foxes, and then we got Converse.
You could really get any shoes as long as you go up 1 or 2 sizes, but that Aikiki, whatever brand, they're specially made.
Yeah.
So the heels are a little bit wider, so they accommodate SMOs.
Yes, exactly.
So they're really cool. So we like them.
We like them.
And
also, you know what I learned about this brand, Kyle?
Too.
They're very affordable. They will sell individual shoes for people who don't have
just have
TV.
an SMO on one side?
Or who don't have...
he has bilateral SMOs.
Right.
You could have unilateral, where you just have the one. Or like you said, just have one foot. I got it. I have the shoes.
So, SMOs are on. His toes are free when he wears them.
Yeah, that's the key thing.
That's the key thing.
We really just want to focus on. So here's the thing. Kids with Down syndrome have something that's called hypotonia. Mm-hmm. So that means they have low muscle tone. So George, his feet don't have the strength to pull up into an arch on their own. Mm-hmm. So he's got these little flat feet, which means the bones are stretching out his tendons in his feet. Yeah, I know. So the SMOs help keep the foot in that arch, which will both develop his muscles, but then also give his tendons the opportunity. He likes to unbuckle these, give his tendons the opportunity to catch up with his bones. Because if we didn't do that, that would never happen, and he would just have flat feet for the rest of his life. So we've already noticed an insane jump in his balance.
Wild improvement in his walking.
Which I know that's the purpose of this video, so I don't know if I just...
No. I think it's great to say.
Gave the secret at the top.
No, it was wild. George was already walking.
Are you gonna sleep on me?
When George got his SMOs, he was already walking, which is rare. Usually they're putting SMOs on to encourage walking. And so it was very interesting to see how quickly his balance changed, his speed changed, even his walking, like his gait changed.
Well, it's one of the things that we have been incredibly blessed with is that George is perfectly healthy.
Yeah, totally.
And so with that, there's a lot of things that he's completely age appropriate and typical.
Yep.
So his therapist said, hey, let's do this to kind of improve. And when we saw his doctor who fit him for the SMOs, he literally said, I love patients like George because he's right there, so we get to nitpick really specific things, and you're going to see an explosion of development.
And we did.
And we did, almost immediately. Are you playing with Daddy's beard?
Do you want to go for a walk?
You want to go for a walk with Dada? So George's favorite way to walk is to run away from me and run towards Mommy.
Did we mention these shoes squeak? It's the cutest thing.
Oh yeah,
so,
the shoe squeak.
One thing I want to... Oh, did you find a stick for Dada? One thing I want to show right away with George's walking is that if you notice, his feet are pretty parallel to each other.
His left one's turned out a little bit today.
A little bit. Oh wait, he just fixed it as we said it. So when George first started walking, let's see if he'll do this step. Good job. When George first started walking, his left foot would turn out when he walked.
Turned out, and he would kind of
like kickstand walk.
Kind of peg leg it.
Yep. And now you can tell
his knees working.
His knees are bending better. He is.
No more straight leg walking.
He also was never at first able to like turn his head when he walked. Is it so fun to walk?
And now he can like turn back and see what's going on with me, and then just keep on going.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Don't want to kick it.
Whee! Look at you go. So one thing that we have been working on per his orthopedic doctor?
Not orthopedic, it's orthotic.
Orthotics.
I found that out the hard way.
Oh, thank you. Is that...
Nurses laughed at me when I confused them.
Are you kidding me? Hold on.
Are you just going to climb up there? You can do it. Get the foot up.
You can do it?
I'm not going to help. No, it's you. You.
You got it. Look at him trying to climb. Holy moly. I'm so glad I'm filming right now. He's never done this before.
There you go. Don't put it too far. Oh my god, okay. Okay.
He's so excited.
He's so excited. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. He's gonna hang out there?
You did it! And
okay,
plop
that's one
down.
way to get down.
Georgie, good job!
I'm gonna send that to
that was so
Charlie.
exciting! Oh, that was very, very fun to see for the first time. So, one thing, back to what I was saying.
Back to what we were actually talking about.
Is that even though he's got to be in SMOs for like 8 hours a day approximately, it's also important to get his feet used to walking on the ground. And so...
Specifically, he wants us to have him walk in the grass, and I think it's to activate the nerves.
Yeah, and he also said to me it was because his feet will get used to the, here's all of our weeds. We'll get used to the, like,
the
dips and stuff of the ground. And so barefoot on grass is something he specifically mentioned that we need to do.
Whenever George is not.
Right, yeah. So we come out here every few days and let him run around barefoot. That's what we do. Okay, so I also wanted to sit down as part of this video and kind of talk about George's journey and like the timeline and specific things like that. So that's why I am sitting. And you might be asking yourself, Taylor, are you sitting on the kitchen floor? And the answer would be yes, I am. I'm tired, but here we are. It's great. Okay. So George took his first official step on April 30th, 2020. Today's date is August 19th, 2020. When George took his first step in April, it was actually an accident. He was standing and he tripped and caught himself with his feet, which his physical therapist said is actually pretty normal. So in April, George was 14 months old. He was 14 months old when he took his first step. He started pulling to stand in November. So he was in November 7 or 8 months old. So he actually started pulling to stand pretty young, considering he didn't crawl. It took him a really long time to crawl. He actually pulled to stand before he ever crawled. So he was pulling to stand in November. He started crawling in December, and then started cruising in like January, February time. So he was really, really mobile, but wasn't walking. He was pulling up on furniture and cruising around on furniture, but that was kind of that. He wasn't very good at standing himself up, was the issue. He could pull, so if there was something that he could pull himself up, he would, but he never really wanted to like get up off the floor and kind of go from there. So after George took that step in April, he actually didn't walk or continue to do that. He took a very long break. So he started consistently taking multiple steps, I would say, around, like right around Memorial Day, which I actually have some video of. Memorial Day is where he started taking 2 to 3 steps, and then went 6 steps, and then went 9 steps, and then like one day went from like 9 to 25. And all of this is happening during the pandemic of COVID-19, and so we're home alone, and by home alone I mean me and Kyle and George, but we're not having in-person physical therapy right now. And so we would FaceTime with our physical therapist. We would call her all the time. We love George's physical therapist. So she was never hard to get a hold of if we had any questions. And also, I was not necessarily itching for George to start walking, if I'm being very honest, because he's busy. He's a very busy guy. And so I was like, you know, he'll walk in his own time. I never like stopped him from walking, for sure, never stopped him, but like wasn't like one of those moms who was like, my kid's 1 and not walking, what's going on? I was like, he'll walk. But what he was doing right at the beginning of the pandemic was he was doing a 4-point bear crawl. It was terrifying. And our physical therapist was like, that's harder than walking, so he's gonna walk really soon. So right when the world shut down, she asked for a video of him walking that she could like watch and rewatch. With a walker, because at that point he was not independently walking, but he would take like a walker, go on the grass, go on the sidewalk. So we sent her one, and she said, I think he could use some braces. We said, okay, great. But at that time, this was in like April, we were not comfortable going into offices that were optional, that were not essential business, or not essential business, that were not absolutely medically necessary appointments. She agreed. Our physical therapist was like, he can wait. And so we made the appointment for late June 29th actually, I believe. Yeah, very late June is when we went into the office. And he got fitted for his SMOs. I don't know what SMO stands for, but he got fitted for them there. And it is, I think I talked about this already, it is very uncommon for, at least the doctor that we saw, to see a patient who's already walking. A lot of times they put braces on kids who need that extra piece to help them walk. But because of the pandemic and just because of the timing of how long we had waited, George was already walking. So Kyle already talked about it. Our doctor is awesome. He was super wonderful. He got his braces, I don't remember, like over a month ago now, I would say. He's had them. Probably? Time doesn't mean anything during a pandemic. So we ordered them, we got them, and the doctor said, like, I would expect, he said, to expect a regression once he started wearing the SMOs more regularly. He said that most kids then have to kind of relearn how to walk with wearing the shoes. And that happened, that for sure happened. For George, it was only a few days. But I can tell you for sure that the SMOs have made a world of difference for George, like an astonishing difference. So yeah, that's just kind of the timeline. So an overview. George started pulling up in November, he started crawling in December, he started cruising around his first birthday, February-ish, took his first step April 30th, and then was actually considered walking in on Memorial Day, or that weekend. And now it is August, and he is walking a lot. He doesn't really crawl anymore. Sometimes he'll crawl to be funny, like he'll crawl to get a laugh out of us because he doesn't need to. He's walking alongside like our neighbor friends and who have young kids, and so it's just been a really fun thing. And if I'm being very honest, like I didn't expect for us to be here yet. George is only 18 and a half months old. He's walking very young for a toddler with Down syndrome. We are here way earlier than I thought we would be. I expected that we would need SMOs or braces or AFOs, you know. Most kids do with Down syndrome because of the low muscle tone in their feet, but to have like a full-on walking 18-month-old is not something I expected at all. I am grateful for it because that, to me, it just shows George's personality, and it just shows that he just wants to move so badly, and he's so frustrated with his tiny baby body that's not a tiny baby body anymore, that he just wants to go. So I'm really proud of him. He is so proud of himself that he can walk now, and it's just so fun to see him in this phase, because like, this is one of those things that people ask me if he would ever do. People would ask me all the time, like, is he ever gonna walk? Is he ever gonna do this? And he is walking. He is walking age appropriately. He's got the help of some SMOs that are super cute, and they are hilarious. But it just really goes to show that, like, a parent's job is really just to help their kid get where they want to go, you know? So, yeah. So that's George's journey with walking. He is 18 months old with Down syndrome, speeding all over the place and exhausting us. Hence why my hair is a mess and I'm sitting on the kitchen floor, and you know, it is what it is. You take what you can get. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video soon. I'm having a lot of fun back in this YouTube groove. And I just want to keep doing this, and I'm really working at holding myself accountable, and so I will do something soon, I promise. Okay, thanks, bye.